Hello my friends, here we are again in my studio. This is also the passage through which all my visitors passed, and there were many of them. Before 2000, I received them occasionally, but from then on, I counted the admission like a mini cinema. There were more than 800 visits, which was very useful for me to test the effects of the paintings and also the acoustic of the room. I used them as guinea pig without them knowing it. But rest assured, there were survivors. Everyone felt the first effect of this place, a strong feeling of well-being that we can describe as ecstasy, hence the name Extasium. The feeling was variable according to the sensitivity of each person. It ranged from those who applauded after seeing a beautiful show to those who remained long in silence, gone to another world of beneficent beauty. Most of them said nothing to stay longer under the spell, and those who found their voice again said, "There are no words." Some of them told me that they had found in the image of the painting and the effect they had felt, impression they had experienced as they had come close to death. In particular, this famous corridor, which appeared to me many times, more or less distinctly in internal visions, and which is also the basic drawing of the celestial Jerusalem that I discovered on October 27, 1981. And the search was still far from over. As I progressed, I felt sensations that became more intense, quicker to arrive, and longer lasting. I will describe them in future episodes. In the meantime, I promised to tell you about the beginning of this quest, how the events unfolded, and what my preparation had been to realize such a work. I'm going to have to tell you things that are so important that it is essential that you understand the context in which it happened. I was born on October 27, 1943 in Les Mureaux, near Paris. But I was only born there because I spent my entire childhood in Courbevoie, in a working-class neighborhood that has not now been replaced by the Defense District. I weighed 9 pounds. Much later, when the symbolic understanding of numbers came to me, I would realize that this one symbol of perfection was already a sign that would follow me all my life. About 20 years ago, among the visitors of the day was a very old lady who was a famous poetess. She told me that on October 4th, 1943, she had a great vision that marked her for life. In a mandala, which is a shape like a vertical geometric mouth or almond, frequently found in such stained glass windows, was a woman she believed to be the Virgin Mary, surrounded by many angels. As I pointed out to her, what she had seen was very much conditioned by the fact that she had been raised by nuns. She agreed, especially when I told her that the message she had received was a pure abstraction that had taken on this appearance so that she could visualize it. However, my mother had told me that I was born 3 weeks late, which explains my weight, and that I should have been born on October 4th. At that time, sexual relations were very cultural and infrequent, especially since, like my father, they were only 20 years old. She came from her native Brittany to work as a waitress in the factory canteen where my father was a fitter. They got married on June 10th, and I was born less than 4 months later. I am indeed a child of love. When the poetess told me her visions, I felt it as a message and encouragement addressed to me. It is said that children don't have memories until they are 3 years old. Yet there is one that struck me when I was between a year and a half old. I was in a baby carriage and a lady leaned over to look at me. I had felt that this lady was very beautiful. It was my first contact with beauty, women, and a feeling beyond maternal love. This is what I currently felt in my Extasium sessions. Beauty is so important in my life that I wrote a sentence found in a book on the edge of my tray behind me. Beauty is the visible appearance of a love that penetrates everything. After Royce, I was a wise, rather lonely child. While enjoying the camaraderie I met while going for several years to summer camp in Villers-sur-Mer in Normandy. The first time, I wasn't yet 6 years old and I was the youngest in the colony, so I was a darling. At a party organized by the monitors, I was smeared on my face like a redskin with microcosms given chocolate that was still rare after the war, and I was baptized Shy Gudgeon. All my childhood, I was very shy, and I had to work hard on myself to get rid of it in my late teens. At the beach, when I was between 7 and 8 years old, someone asked me what I would do later, and I answered, bridge and road and generals. Why? Nothing in my community could make me think about it. When I became an architect, I got closer to these professions. Moreover, the goal of my research is to establish a bridge between our world and another universe of pure beauty. After elementary school, where I was a good student, among the best in my class, I went to the high school Paul Lapie in Courbevoie. My father had studied there and I met his math teacher who had become general supervisor since he had me looking good. He made me escape the detention hours I had had because of my dissipation in class. Between 13 and 14 years old, I undertook to realize a puppet theater. In Mikey's diary, it was explained how to make animated one in the hand like a glove. I made some characters, established in scenario and built a small theater. For the presentation, my parents were present, as well as my sister, my younger brother, my godfather, and his wife. I hit the 3 strokes and flash! It was all over. I had made projectors out of a can and badly insulated the wires. I had taken a short circuit on the temple. Hell, in a way, it suited me well, because if I like to build with my hands, I don't like doing the show. This episode already shows my interest in manual work, in light shows, and the use of electricity. Exactly what I would do much later with my electronic paintings and especially the Extasium. Then it was the first emotion of love that I will tell you about in the next episode.